Good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, whatever time zone you're on. We are in for a play-in game for the Mega Man X 100% tournament as part of Speed Gaming Live 2020. We have five competitors racing today. Four are being shown, with the top four moving on to the bracket stages of this tournament. Get to our runners in just a minute, but first, I'm Pro8007. Very happy to be joining you here, and joining me is Vagias. Welcome.
Just works, mate, just works. I'm usually the person that's this cool, if anything. Anyway, how are you this afternoon, Pro?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And yeah, we have four featured very fine players, all of them among the top Mega Man X 100% runners around, and this should make for a very entertaining race.
It should. Yes, it should. I mean, I'm far from the best MX runner, but it's going to be nice to watch, these players do an amazing job on that one. It looks like we got some magic carpet on Zip's side.
Yep, getting some of those more advanced strats prepped so that they are well suited for what comes in the race setting. I've had the pleasure of seeing Ziphreeon and Yondolash in races so far this tournament. Yondolash was very solid and efficient in his race that I saw, and Ziphreeon was too, minus he had some trouble doing Iceless in the Kuwanger stage, getting that health upgrade. That was a real major source of trouble for him. So hopefully today he will have better luck in this play-in match.
I mean, it's hard to do, I wouldn't say normally on that one, but it is definitely a more advanced trick. Is it 1 to 2 pixel gap, or I remember being told a long time ago how much of a gap that is to be able to do that.
It's about three. It's about 3 pixels, and it's a very tight turn on top of that. You're basically having to contend with two things, like the movement and the turn at the same time, because you're essentially kind of going up and then turning at the same time, and that's a very, very hard thing to do, especially with a D-pad controller.
Yeah, I can tell you on that one. D-pads are not my specialty sometimes, but then again, it's one of those things. Just like we all do what we can do.
Yes,
But
indeed.
looks like they're off.
So yeah, we're on the highway here. Opening 2.5 minutes is going to be pretty standard for our runners. They're going to try and, selectively damage boost their way to the finish and make sure they have about 3 bars of health for vials so that they can get through that opening boss fight, if you will, as quickly as possible.
The only thing I will say is, hopefully we won't see a soft lock there. It is very possible to soft lock.
Famous last words.
Considering, I think according to the community, I'm the one who found that one. Speaking from experience here, I have seen it.
Oh. Yondolash and is down to 1 health bar. He's got to be a little careful here. He opts not to take that health up refill, though. delcaMX did. Ziphreeon at 2 health bars. Looks like Nolinto's at about 4. Just a quick rundown on their PBs. And this is according to the Mega Man X leaderboards or information I have. Yondolash has a PB of 36.38, Ziphreeon 37.55, delcaMX 37.12, and Nolinto 38.42.
Those are all some excellent times. I believe it's anything sub 40 is considered very good. I believe it's anything that's sub 35 is available for any of the Mega Man X, marathon stuff. At least according to the community. The last time I read it.
So, Ziphreeon and Yondo are the first one. Looks like Delca is third, and Nolinto is fourth, based on the timers.
I think they all might have started their timers just slightly late. I know it's sometimes hard with Mega Man X, especially with racetime.gg's, you wanted to keep an eye on wherever you've got it and, hitting the start plus that, but looks like they're all doing quite well, and looks like Elko is actually our first out of there, alongside Ziphreeon.
So yeah, so they're all roughly even coming out of the blocks here. So we'll see how things start to develop in the first couple of Mavericks here. We got an extra life there for Ziphreeon. That's a nice little pickup.
Yes, it is. That's one less life that they have to actually go out of their way to collect for something special that's coming up later on. So I've got here, Pro. What are your thoughts so far on everything that's been going on with SpeedGaming Live? With SpeedGaming Live, the X tournament, and every other one. Been enjoying what you see?
Well, I've done comms now, I think, for 4 different tournaments, and I'm in charge of the SMB3R tournament. So, it's been a lot of fun. Experiencing the different races, the different tournaments, all the people, and I was actually part of the marathon this morning. I did a Siphon Filter speed run early this morning, and that was a treat to do that for the second year in a row. But it's been great, and all I can say is, as much fun as this has been, it would be even better live.
Yeah, I managed to make it last year, and I agree with you, especially with last year's Mega Man X finish. I'm pretty sure Poison is probably going to be gunning for Sigma if he makes it back to the finals.
Sure. And Miss Metroid, you're too kind. Thank you very much. And Eagle, thank you. But it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. So yeah. So this got some RNG dependence. You don't want him sliding on his belly because he's invincible during that. You want to hit him as much as you can with charged shots. And Yondolash is the first one done. Ziphreeon is second. Delca is third. And down goes Nolinto. Nolinto takes care of him as well.
It looks like Ziphreeon and Delco basically finished within maybe a second or two of each other, with Yondolash going for Kwanger. You'll see probably all of our runners going for Kwang. Ooh!
Nope. Nolinto is going to go Eagle. Yeah, Eagle second, and this is doing Storm Eagle second is kind of the easier for the less advanced runners. I mean, because that iceless trick might scare some people off, and this is a perfectly acceptable alternative. You just can't do some of the more advanced speed strats as a result.
Not just that, but you do lose out a tiny bit on being able to use the boomerang to help collect some items sooner. But it's also one of those strats that I'd highly recommend if you're unsure. With Iceless, just do Storm. I mean, the Storm Tornado is just very useful, and it can help. And to answer the question in chat, 100%.
So they have to get every optional item here throughout the run. So all the X upgrades, all the health upgrades, the E tanks. everything is is required. So we're coming up to Iceless now for our 3 Kuwanger players. Let's see who gets this first.
Ziphreeon missing it. Loco missing it. Yondolash finally getting it. You'll be our first on stream to get it.
Like I said, this was where Ziphreeon pretty much hit the wall in the race I saw earlier this tournament. It took him over at least 2 minutes to get this, and it kind of tilted him for the rest of the race.
I know. Iceless is very hard to do, although it's one of those things, it's just, you want to be able to do it if you can, but still, it is very, very tough.
And Yondolash actually took a death there. I think that was intentional. I think he had too little health, so he's just gonna... Okay.
Delco being our second.
So...
Although... to cover on... Well, I'm not even going to try to pronounce their name at present, but the Storm Eagle fight. Storm giving our runner the run around with the type of patterns you don't want to see, which is those dives.
Alright, Ziphreeon finally gets the health upgrade. Took less time than before. That's good, but I know he's probably not happy with the result. Because, you know, you really want to get that as quickly as you can, but it's such a tight trick that...
Oh no! Delca taking a death.
Yeah, that's 2 deaths to Kuwanger. See if Ziphreeon can avoid the trend, and now he's actually drawn even with Delca. Yondolash is still ahead overall as he goes to Eagle. Nolinto is in Mammoths, so we've got 4 players playing 3 different Mavericks. That's nice.
Yep, I know that for the actual Kuwanger fight, it is, if you mistime the jumps to avoid the grab, it can be a bit hard. And looks like... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, you're right about it.
Like, basically, getting the ability to get up to the capsule, it's a lot harder than it looks. Everyone, especially with entering it on a D-pad, because if you mistime it and you destroy those first 4 blocks, you are going to have to take a death.
So Yondolash actually got the little skip there with the moving platform, using the boomerang to help speed his way through the stage. Nolinto got his X-Buster upgrade. Yondo got the helmet upgrade. So Fran and Delca both simultaneously grabbing their health upgrades. That's good.
Although I think Ziphreeon did take a death as having to restart that. But we have our top, corner runner, because honestly I apparently can't pronounce names today, is almost at Mammoth, while we have Ziphreeon and Delco basically on their way to Eagle, while Yondolash is on Eagle right now. Will Eagle be behind?
He looks like he's getting good patterns from Eagle, and down he goes.
Yep. Oh no, Ziphreeon taking another death. He's got to start to be careful now, as they will need to start farming lives.
Yeah, there's a life to be there is a life to be farmed here, and there's another one at Sting Chameleon, so that should offset.
Small problem. They're going to waste 4 lives.
Oh, yes. Well, Armadillo is usually good for 1, as well. That red bat.
The red bat, which Nintendo Power themselves said you should farm that one. It also has, in my opinion, one of the best spots for grinding health for E-Tanks. I won't say pro tip because I'm not a pro at this game, but it does happen to have a very useful spot right near the life bat, that you can just dash back and forth between and just go ham on like 5 to 6 bats at a time without causing lag to just farm for health fast.
You successfully exploited that in your run earlier this week, so
Except for my last one. My last one, I started getting on tilt after the very first stage, after mistiming a damage boost, taking a death, and then basically it was one of those things going, crazy from there. Well, on tilt, but looks like Delco is got through their Eagle fight, and let's see how Ziphreeon deals with Eagle now. Will Eagle be kind?
So Yondolash just about done here with Mammoth. That'll be 4, I believe, for
yes,
for
that
Yondo.
will be 4. The Ziphreeon. This will make it his 3rd. Delco being on the Mammoth is, I believe, his 4th as well. And I'm not even gonna. Again, you want to? Name?
No, Ziphreeon. Yeah, that's 3 for Ziphreeon. And Mammoth will be number 4, and Yondo is up now after 4, taking down Mammoth. So, but Nolinto not too far behind, probably about 20-25 seconds right now.
Actually, I would put Nolinto ahead. Penguin, Eagle, Mammoth. I'm trying to think. Penguin, Eagle, Mammoth,
Kuwanger.
So yes, you are right on that one. Just trying to think through all this stuff. A derp moment.
No, it's all right. Oh no, Nolinto gets thrown into the ceiling, and that is not what he wanted.
It is not. Again.
All right.
The Kuwanger fight can be a little hard with timing the jumps. I know I'm a fan of, if you're worried, just take the small time loss with the menuing and just go get that hard tank from Chill Penguin stage. It's real simple. You're going to have to get it anyway, and it does make it a bit easier.
Yeah, I know most runners will save it for the end because it's even easier to do it with Sting Chameleon's X weapon upgrades. So it's all valid. It's just a question of your preference and what you feel most comfortable with.
And also skill level, but either way, it's a very useful, option for every runner of every skill level for this.
Oh, for sure. Yondo barreling through Spark Mandrill stage, a very technical stage with a lot of precise movement in tight corners.
Not only that,
Yondo...
Go ahead. I was just going to. Not only that, but with the way the light, the way the lights go out on that stage, considering how your whatever you're using for display is set up, it actually can be very hard to see that one. If it is too dark, then it's really hard to see. If it's too light, might be a little harder that way because of the screen brightness. So that is something to also think about. To answer the question, it's at this is 100%. Which means you will see the Hado, which is the sort of category marker to show that you got everything. Yondolash being on Armadillo, while Nolinto, Ziphreeon, and Delco are basically barreling through Spark Mandrill. So it looks like No will be the second through Spark. One of the nice things about the ice weapon weakness for Spark is that it will freeze them, and because of the timing of that one, you could just stand there and get, all the hits without taking damage. Also, you will notice all of our runners try to get to the center of each boss stage, each boss fight. This is because in X1, you are still, like the original Mega Man, required to walk to the center of the stage before you can teleport out.
Yeah, that's something you see in Mega Man 3, most notably among the NES Mega Mans. The others aren't quite as particular about that as 3 is for some reason. Down
And
goes
Ziphreeon gets through that as well.
Alright, so see if we can get all 4 of them on the same stage. Yondolash having to gets okay pattern on Armored Armadillo and breaks his armor.
Getting a very good pattern from Armored Armadillo on that one. Let's see how much these birds give our runners in lag.
They'll usually work to despawn as much of it as they can, but so that's 6 down for Yondolash. Moves on to Launch Octopus, probably the hardest of the 8 Maverick stages in this game. It's also one of the longest, especially for Hundo, because you got to take on essentially 3 mini bosses.
Very, very true. And we got dueling runners on Armored Armadillo with Yoko getting a slightly better pattern than Nolinto, but they both get the Armadillo down with Ziphreeon on their way.
So Yondo with a decent lead among over the others, but the other 3 are getting closing in. Ziphreeon has closed the gap a bit, overcoming some early hiccups.
Very, very true. It's going to be a race to see who gets through the rest of the stages and who gets good boss patterns from here.
Ziphreeon had a really good Armadillo pattern and took full advantage. Yondo has finished off the dragon and takes out the next one to head on up to Launch Octopus.
Now, I do have to ask chat. I'm guessing that for the second mini-boss that if any fellow Mega Man X runners are in here, what's the preferred weapons for those 2 to get rid of them? You know, Proa?
I think it's Rolling Shield, but Electric Spark also works in a pinch. It's a little more. It has a higher rate of fire.
I do know fun piece of trivia for you, chat. If you aren't aware, you can actually use the Kerrang or Boomerang weapon if you have it to actually slice off those tentacles in the Launch Octopus fight.
You can actually do the same to Mandrill, I believe. Not to Mandrill, to Mammoth, I believe.
I'm being told in chat that if you've got Sting Chameleon's weapon, that's what you'll use if you... Hold on, let me scroll up quick. the strats listed are Gucci, first rolling shield, Sync Chameleon Orcs 2 from, one of our other, members. Second Spark, or if you've got Chameleons, already, that's when you want to use Sting. So lots of different options.
Nolinto and Delca had a little bit of trouble with Octopus, having to deal with his vortexes, but both got out at about the same time. Ziphreeon dealing with Octopus now, so he's really closed the gap in a hurry here. Yondolash got the armor upgrade and the health and the heart tanks, so that's just about everything for him.
Still only Sting Chameleon's weapon left. The sub-tank in Armadillo, because I believe they did the strat of holding off on grabbing that. And then the Hadouken.
And Chill Penguin, they still got to get that, but...
yes, you are correct.
So, yeah, they're just about there, and it's all pretty well routed. Yondolash picking up some health along the way to Chameleon, which is a pretty short stage.
Let's hope they have enough of the actual boomerang.
Looks like Yondo has enough.
I know it is one of those weapons that it is slightly hard to see if or not you do have it, just because you can be off by 1 or 2 points and then need to actually finish with the Buster.
It looks like Yondo is a little shy, but no problem. Just does a charged running X shot and takes care of the last bit of Sting Chameleon. So Yondo will be the first one done.
Well, beating all the Mavericks, you mean?
Right, yeah. First one out of the Mavericks at 2350, so very nice job by Yondo. Delca is... Looks like Delca's just ever so slightly ahead of Nolinto. Ziphreeon is about halfway through the stage right now and just finished off the mini-boss and got the health upgrade.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Sigma stages play out, as depending on what patterns they get and depending on if they screw up any of the upcoming Hados, they might actually have to fight some of those bosses. Now, I did not see if Ziphreeon managed to pick up any extra 1-ups apart from the one in Chameleon stage to make up for some of the ones that they lost earlier.
I'm not entirely sure myself, so we'll see how he plays this from here and see how that informs whatever decisions he makes. As you say, red bats, so there is that. Yondo. So Nolinto's out at 2507, and so is Delca, about the same time. Maybe about 2 seconds ahead, so...
Our runners will have to be careful in case they actually take a death in the Sigma stages, as that will cause a game over. If I am remembering my Mega Man X math correctly as far as the route goes. At least that's what it's the practice hack.
2554 for Ziphreeon. So Yondolash really in control as far as earning that 13 seed, because again, first place will get the number 13 seed here for the bracket stages and is well in control.
At least for our on-screen runners, but we will try to keep you all informed on that one once once there's a finisher on our on-screen out of our on-screen runners. Now, to explain what our runners are doing back in Armored Armadillo stage, they're picking up the sub-tank there, as well as seeing that little ledge by Armadillo's door 4 times, as that will unlock the Hadouken. You need a certain amount of health plus all 4 sub-tanks to get it.
Right, and you also have to make sure you have to do, as Yondolash does, you actually have to see the platform. The camera has to recognize the platform. Otherwise, it's not going to register.
Very, very true. We will see soon enough if Ziphreeon did manage to pick up some extra lives to cover that other death. Same thing with Delco and Nolinto, because I don't know if they picked up any extra or not, since all of them did take at least 1 to 2 deaths earlier in the run.
Kuwanger was not kind to them. Yondolash does get his Hadouken, so that's 1. And he does have he has a couple of extra lives to play with.
Very useful on that one, especially in a race like this. I just
Sigma
want to ask.
1. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just say Sigma 1, the beginning, can be a real hair raiser as far as platforming is concerned.
Ooh, and getting a second life drop. Now you'll see Outrunners try to take as much damage as they can, so they can skip the Vial fight or complete that as fast as possible. Although they will probably go for the cutscene skip, and I couldn't tell whether or not Les got it. We'll see in a minute.
Yeah, Yondolash did get it. And Chad is asking, is this only in Japanese version or does it work in English too? It does work in English. The reason they're playing in Japanese is because text scrolls are faster.
Yep, especially with a lot of the earlier games, text matters. But it looks like we have Nolinto, Ziphreeon, and Delco all just about to get the Hadoukens, with Delco being our second Orange Stream runner to pick it up. Getting the off-screen Hadouken. So that's 1 Hadouken at least fired.
So yeah, so we got 3 down, 1 to go. Ziphreon's actually shouldn't be that far behind. It might just be 1 more.
And
there it is. With the X-Buster upgrade, particularly in Sigma 1 and 2, you're going to see a lot of
Sting Chameleon.
Of Sting Chameleon, yeah, of the that X-ray, because you can just basically be invincible the whole way through.
And Yondolash getting done Kuwanger's refight.
Yeah,
looks like Delco getting the skip.
Yep, looks good. Nolinto also successful, so that's 3 for 3. Yondolash taking on the giant spider now at the end of Sigma 1.
Which can be very annoying depending on how the spider spawns and how those opening platforms spawn. As if you mistime your movements, you can take a hit there, and we'll have to make sure you can heal that if you want to try to go for the Hado.
Especially since that boss is pretty irritating.
Very, very true. As I'm sure anybody that's played this game, either casually or has tried to speedrun it, can attest to. No. Oh no! On the last take.
Yondo unfortunately mistimed a platform jump there and went into the drink, so to speak. But luckily, not a terrible time loss though. He was hoping for a health upgrade, didn't get it. He
had to burn their only sub tank. now has to be very careful, because any hit on any of the boss fights means that they will have to resort to fighting that boss normally.
Yeah, and it already takes a hit.
I guess I'll take the time right now while our runners are going through Sigma 2, Sigma 1 and 2 respectively, to remember to follow our runners if you're enjoying what they, the show they are putting on for us. Don't forget to follow SpeedGaming, Prime, as well as 2 through 6, if to see more of the Mega Man X 100% tournament, as well as everything else going on with SpeedGaming Live.
To your point, Yondo took some damage, couldn't get any health refills, so he's gonna have to use Sting Chameleon's weapon to take him out. And Delca is done with Sigma 1. Nolinto is not far behind. Ziphreeon just finished off Kuwanger.
Gotta say, I've enjoyed seeing, all the different tournaments, and I've enjoyed the fact that you, the viewers, the fans, have had the ability to influence what tournaments have been present here at SpeedGaming Live 2020. And hopefully that will continue onward to the next year as well. Also, at last, fighting the face boss.
Certainly a frustrating boss for most players, because it is you're essentially having to deal with a couple of moving parts, and you really can't be touching the ground very much.
No, certainly you can't. But we have Delco on their Eagle fight, trying to get close enough to get the Hado off, and gets it off. Ziphreeon gets off their Hado for the for Chill Penguin. Ziphreeon making up some good time, while does the oh no, Yondolash missing the armadillo skip here.
No, he got it.
No, I blinked, turned away, thought he was there, and yep, got it. But getting the air Hado, as I believe the community calls it.
Yeah. Fortunately, did not get it, and is not going to resort to trying again, so just use Boomerang to get rid of him.
It is a very tough trick, although once you get the platform down, you can menu buffer the Hadouken inputs.
So Delca is out of Sigma 2 at about 35-12. So it's about 90 seconds behind Yondolash.
The easiest of all the Mavericks to take out in the Sigma stages, Spark Mandrill, because you can freeze him and then immediately follow that up with a Hado.
Ziphreeon is actually now ahead of Nolinto, just pulled ahead by about 2 or 3 seconds through 2 Sigma stages.
Also, sadly, Delco missing and Ziphreeon missing the actual thing on Armadillo, but Nolinto actually getting it.
So, yeah, Ziphreeon unfortunately was not, but got a good quick Hadouken. So that's 4 down for Ziphreeon, picking up an extra life. Looks like
Delco also getting to show off the air Hado for all of our viewers here.
Fortunately, Ziphreeon misses out. Yondolash is at Sigma 3 boss, gets the quick Hadouken, so it's his race to lose at this point.
Yes, it is. Now, you should mention that with the Sigma fight, you have 3 phases of that one. You have the dog phase, where you're fighting Sigma's dog, the Jedi Sigma, where you're fighting Sigma with a lightsaber, and then the combination of Wolf Sigma and Sigma, if I recall.
Yeah, they're gonna fight Wolf. They're gonna fight what they call Wolf Sigma. But first things first, we have to deal with his dog. Delca is just finished with Octopus. Nolinto's fighting Octopus. Ziphreon's about to fight Octopus.
So, Yondolash is into Jedi phase. All of our runners are very good at timing those Hados. Namely, if you mistime the Hado on Jedi Sigma and accidentally fire any of your shots first, you will not damage him with the Hado. And you will actually get hit.
Ooh, Yondolash getting off to a kind of a little bit of a rough start there. Got caught in the corner.
But maintaining their health quite well. Getting some excellent patterns from Wolf Sigma.
This is looking really good, and that will do it. So,
It's
Yondo,
time for Yondolash. Go ahead.
Yondo finishes with an official race time of 38:26.
Is it good enough for Thirst?
Yes, it is.
GG's Yondolash. I don't know. Want to try to drag him in here? That's if they would like an interview.
Okay. Certainly, we can get them in here in a minute. See how the rest of this plays out first. So as Ziphreeon unfortunately took damage, so he's got to do this normally with the boomerang. One more should do it.
Yep, getting through, and looks like Delco has beaten Jedi Sigma, while Nolinto is just about to start Jedi Sigma.
Delca holding steady so far, about halfway through this. Nolinto about to take on Wolf Sigma. Ziphreeon working his way up to Sigma, but he's going to need some help here. As actually Buster.
I have to. Go ahead.
Go ahead. So
Wait,
Buster only.
Go on. Go on.
Buster only Queen has finished second with an official race time of 39:45. Delca finishes at 43rd at 40:01, and Nolinto completes the set at 40:23.
These to all of them. And did I just see 2 of our runners go damageless on Wolf Sigma?
Believe that you're right. Yes.
Wow. Just wow.
Good pattern, good execution. Ziphreeon. It's his time to shine. GG's to all of our finishers so far. Nice pattern here, Ziphreeon. And yeah,
Insanely good.
Get damageless too.
To them.
Ziphreeon finishes with an official race time of 41:11. So GG's to all of our runners here today for a fine performance.
Yes, definitely. Again, if you enjoyed this race, don't forget to follow all of our runners on stream. They will be advancing to the bracket stage of this tournament, and it is going to be an amazing, amazing brackets for that one.
So yeah, give our feature runners a follow and give us a follow if you're so inclined. So we'd appreciate it too. But do start with our runners, because they're the ones putting on the show.
That is very, very true. And don't forget, if you want to catch the bracket stage of not only Mega Man X 100% tournament, but every other tournament going on for Speed Gaming Live, don't forget to follow Speed Gaming 2 through 6, and all the remaining Speed Gaming family of networks.
So since Chad asked a quick recap, Yondolash finished first at 38.26. Buster Only Queen second at 39.45. Delca 40.01 was third. Nolinto 40.23 is fourth. They will advance, and Ziphreeon finished fifth with 41.11. He unfortunately will not advance to the bracket stages. Only top four in this case get to advance.
Looks like Ziphreeon going to go practice their Sigma 3, as they're probably annoyed with themselves on that one. Can completely understand that. While we're waiting to see if any of our runners for the race minutes to want to join us for an interview, I guess I'll add that remember that you, the viewers, got to decide what tournaments are, runners, got to make it into Speed Gaming Live 2020 this year, and that same holds true for next year as well. So don't forget to go to the Speed Gaming Live website. If someone could put a link in that one, and look to see what you kind of want to see for next year.
Holding pattern on this. Quick look at actually in 10 minutes. So we have a Castlevania race versus 2-second implosion. So sorry. So yeah, going back for just a sec. Some of the matches we have on the books for tonight. Castlevania race in about 10 minutes. At 6:50 Eastern, we have Ocarina of Time Rando Spike Vegeta versus the Salty Sponge. At 10 o'clock Eastern, we have a Ocarina of Time crowd control rando race between Metroid Master and Barrel. SpeedGaming 2, of course, is doing the marathon, SG Live Marathon, and on SpeedGaming 3, which is carrying the torch right now. Currently, we have the Final Fantasy 1 rando going. At 7 o'clock Eastern, about a little over an hour from now, we have Aria of Sorrow rando. And at 8:40 Eastern, we have the SMZ3 combo randomizer between Solsky and Maniacal going. So lots of good stuff happening. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us today.
Yeah. Sadly, it
Fortunately,
doesn't look. It doesn't look like we've been able to work out audio issues and whatever. So sadly, I think none of our runners will join us. Sadly on that one, but
yeah.
it's gonna look like a very good, bracket stage on that one. I mean, we've got a lot of good things coming up.
For sure. And and Castlevania race is up next on Speed Gaming. It is a match between hold on a second, I just had it, Two Snack versus Implosion. So get ready for some very entertaining old school platforming action in a different form, if you will. So it should be a very good race. And well, thanks again to Speed Gaming, and once again to GG's to our runners for a fine performance today. A very entertaining four-way featured race.
Most definitely. I guess. You want to take us out, or should I?
Go ahead, it's all yours.
And as it says in the ending credits, Sigma will return, and when X needs to actually fight him again, we'll see you all later.
Good one, folks.